Let's take a look at how Klevu customers are leveraging eclasticpath Studio to optimize campaigns with hyper-relevant, no-code shoppable landing pages. To get started, visit the Klevu Merchant Center and access the Partner Apps and Connectors. Select eclasticpath Studio. Note here that eclasticpath Studio reduces customer acquisition costs by up to 35% with these tailored landing pages. It also increases customer lifetime value with these dedicated, personalized experiences. To get started, it's only 3 steps. The first is to install the eclasticpath Studio landing page. The second is to connect Studio to Klevu. And third, we're off and building our first landing page. Once you install the app, you'll see within Shopify the eclasticpath Studio in the left navigation here. And this takes me directly into an area where I can start to manage my pages, build my branding, and style what I'm going to be publishing as part of these landing pages. Within the eclasticpath Studio, all I need to do is provide my Klevu settings, which is a search URL and the API key, and everything is connected. At that point, I can see in the storefront my products coming from the Klevu search index, all available here, along with any collections that I've created within Shopify. To get started with our landing pages, we go to Content, Access Landing Pages, and here I've actually started a landing page, but I didn't get very far. All I decided upon initially was a hero image, some text, and then I decided, well, you know what? It would be great if I could A/B test some of the lifestyle imagery to see what might resonate most with my audience. So I turned on A/B testing. I created a variant of this with a different hero image and different text, and that's where I stopped. So let's fill out the rest of this page. Let's go to add a section, and we want to bring in the product that we're launching. This is the videographer launch. We're going to go to product. I can then pick from my catalog the videographer snowboard. And if I want to just make this a little more creative, I can use all of these controls I have to style each component. And just to show an illustration briefly of what the styling could look like, as I could add a background to this. So if I click on this area, I go to background images, I pick an image, size, it drops it right in there. Okay. There's lots of control over how my landing pages look. I can really bring out the style that I'm looking for through a very business user friendly set of tooling here. Next, I want to bring in the Klevu recommendations. It's great that the hydrogen videographer snowboard's launching, but maybe my customers are going to be attracted by something else, and I want to give them options, and I'd like to give them intelligent options that they can leverage. So when I add in product recommendations, we can see here it initially starts off with a recommendation from Klevu of trending products. These are a set of products that Klevu has assessed different signals that are being tracked from the website to build out what has been most interacted with, what's been most shopped, and then builds up this intelligent list of trending products that I can use here. If I like this, I can go ahead and just preview this experience. And now I'm going to see carve the white. I can see my add to cart here of the snowboard. I can also see my other recommended snowboards. I'll note I forgot to add in a header, so we'll do that when we go back. But I can, if I like, go ahead and start to interact with this page, and I can click on the oxygen board. I can go back and click on the liquid board. And when I do that, it is sending signals to the Klevu Merchant Center. So when I visit the live view here, I can see that there are signals coming from California where I'm located right now. And you'll see here, it should populate momentarily. There's that oxygen board coming in the last minute. And we also have one more click on the liquid board. So those populate right into the live view. Let's go back and actually make some refinements though, based on what we saw in our preview. So I do want to turn on that header, and I want to say, you might also like. And I also noticed that I didn't tell this recommender which product it was using, and it was recommending the board I had up above. And maybe I wanted to go ahead and change this to either maybe use something else in here. Like I could use the set of similar products recommender. And this is interesting because when I provide this and tell it which product I want it to match, when I put in the ID for the videographer, it says, well, here's 3 other boards that are similar. Klevu looks at the metadata, the attribution of that videographer board, and says these are similar in price point, presentation, other properties to then make some very intelligent suggestions as to recommended products. So that's great to see. And then if I'd like to harness the full power of building out recommendations within the Klevu Merchant Center, I can also do that by selecting the KMC recommendation. So here I need to provide an ID and I want to go in and build out that configuration. So I'm going to go back to the Merchant Center. I'm going to go and create a recommendation and I'll start new here. This will just be for any page. This is going to be my recommender spot. And we'll use the default template, and we've seen what that looks like here. I'll continue. We don't need to schedule it. We won't do any segmentation right now, but we will use the logic. First, I want it to populate only 4 items. Second, I would like to just do something custom. And here it will be for my videographer launch. So here I can go to create rules. When I get to rules, it's going to suggest just some trending products to start here, but let's start to edit this. First, I want to pin a couple products. I know that some of the more interesting boards that people have been telling me about lately is the multi-managed snowboard and also the complete snowboard. So I want those to be in the recommendation. I'd like to fill out this list by maybe just finding some other boards from a popular brand we have. So one of those brands, I can just pick from a list, is going to be the hydrogen vendor. So I go ahead and say done. And now I get a nice suggestion here. I save this. I've completed all the properties that I need. I save to integrate. It tells me I need to use this ID here. And I know exactly where I'm going to put that ID over in elasticpath Studio. Grab that. I'm going to go back to Studio and we're going to just drop in that KMC ID. And there's my pinned products along with the collections from that brand. In this case, I'll go ahead and publish the changes. I now have a live site, a landing page ready to go. It's been published. I have my products there. I have my recommenders. Now I'm able to drive a complete experience with products that I'm featuring along with suggested recommendations. So one way or the other, I'm going to find something that converts with the audience I'm sending out this campaign to. So in just a few minutes here, you can see how we've set up a complete offering to drive those campaigns. And again, makes this very business user friendly and makes it no code so I can get up and create something that I like without having to require either IT involvement or other complexities that might go along with launching a campaign like this.